We all crave it. We yearn for it. We demand it from those closest to us. What is it? Trust. This precious bond, this bedrock of any meaningful relationship rests upon two pillars, loyalty and integrity. Loyalty is about standing by someone's side through thick and thin. It's about having their back, even when they're not looking. It's about choosing them time and time again. Integrity, on the other hand, is about being true to yourself and your values. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. It's about living a life of honesty and authenticity. Without loyalty and integrity, trust crumbles, relationships wither and die. So how do we know if someone is truly loyal? How can we be certain of their integrity? Imagine this. A woman suspects her boyfriend might be cheating on her. Racked by doubt, she confides in her daughter, seeking advice, solace, a shoulder to cry on. The daughter, torn between loyalty to her mother and a desire to avoid conflict, listens intently. The mother, desperate for answers, hatches a plan, a test of her boyfriend's loyalty. She asks her daughter to help, to create a situation where the boyfriend might be tempted to stray. The daughter, hesitant but ultimately agreeing, finds herself thrust into the role of unwitting accomplice. The trap is set, the bait is laid, the boyfriend, none the wiser, walks into the carefully orchestrated scenario. The question is, will he take the bait? And more importantly, what will the daughter do if he does? The daughter, now a pawn in her mother's game, observes the situation unfold with a mixture of anxiety and dread. Her loyalties are torn. On one hand, she loves her mother and wants to protect her from heartbreak. On the other hand, she grapples with the moral implications of her involvement in this elaborate charade. If her mother's boyfriend succumbs to temptation, the daughter faces a gut-wrenching choice. Does she tell her mother, potentially shattering her world and unleashing a wave of pain and anger? Or does she stay silent, protecting her mother from the truth but becoming complicit in the deception? The weight of this decision is immense. The daughter, thrust into a situation beyond her years, must navigate a complex web of emotions, ethics, and family dynamics. Her response, whatever it may be, will have far-reaching consequences. The daughter's silence speaks volumes. It whispers of her internal conflict, the battle raging within her young heart. Does she prioritize her mother's happiness, even if it means perpetuating a lie? Or does she choose honesty, knowing it could inflict unbearable pain? The burden of this secret, heavy and suffocating, threatens to consume her. The once carefree relationship with her mother, now strained and fragile, hangs in the balance. The daughter, caught in a web of deceit, yearns for a way out, a solution that will mend, not break. The moral dilemma gnaws at her conscience. Is it ever right to withhold the truth, even if it's done with the best of intentions? Can a relationship built on a foundation of lies ever truly thrive? Section 5, the ethics of espionage, is testing loyalty ever justified? The mother's actions, while driven by love and a desire for the truth, raise a crucial question. Is testing someone's loyalty ever justified? Where do we draw the line between protecting ourselves and resorting to manipulative tactics? Some might argue that trust should be unconditional, that resorting to tests and games erodes the very foundation of a healthy relationship. Others might claim that in matters of the heart, all is fair in love and war, that sometimes a little espionage is necessary to uncover the truth. The ethical implications are complex and multifaceted. There are no easy answers, no one-size-fits-all solutions. Each situation is unique, shaped by individual circumstances, personalities, and the history of the relationship itself. Section 6, the fallout, potential impacts on relationships. The aftermath of this loyalty test, regardless of the outcome, has the potential to leave lasting scars on the relationships involved. If the boyfriend remains faithful, the mother might experience a surge of relief, but it could be tainted by guilt and the realization that she resorted to such measures. If, however, he falls into the trap, the consequences can be devastating. The mother's trust will be shattered, her heart broken. The daughter, burdened by guilt and caught in the middle, might find her relationship with both her mother and the boyfriend irrevocably damaged. The delicate fabric of family ties, woven over years of shared experiences, can be torn apart by suspicion, deceit, and the fallout of a loyalty test gone wrong. Repairing the damage, if at all possible, requires open communication, forgiveness, and a willingness to rebuild trust from the ground up. Section 7. Building a foundation on solid ground. The importance of open communication. In the aftermath of such a test, open and honest communication becomes paramount. The mother, consumed by her own pain and betrayal, needs to create a safe space for her daughter to share her feelings and perspectives. The daughter, on the other hand, needs reassurance that she's not to blame, that her mother understands the impossible situation she was placed in. Both mother and daughter need to acknowledge the pain and hurt caused by the test itself, regardless of the boyfriend's actions. This process of rebuilding trust requires vulnerability, empathy, and a willingness to listen without judgment. It's about acknowledging mistakes, taking responsibility for our actions, and committing to a future where communication is the cornerstone of the relationship. Section 8. Forgiveness and understanding, repairing fractured trust. Forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others, is essential in the healing process. The mother might need to forgive herself for resorting to such measures, for involving her daughter in a situation that compromised her own moral compass. The daughter, in turn, might need to forgive her mother for placing her in such a difficult position. And if the boyfriend was indeed unfaithful, forgiveness might be a long and arduous journey, one that requires time, introspection, and a willingness to let go of anger and resentment. Understanding, too, plays a crucial role. The mother needs to understand the immense pressure and emotional turmoil her daughter experienced. The daughter needs to understand the pain and insecurity that drove her mother to such lengths. And if the boyfriend is willing to explain his actions, understanding his perspective, while not excusing his behavior, can pave the way for potential healing and growth. Section 9. In conclusion, the enduring power of trust and honesty. Trust, once broken, can be incredibly difficult to rebuild. It requires time, patience, and a conscious effort from all parties involved. The scars of betrayal might linger, a reminder of the pain inflicted, but they don't have to define the future of the relationship. Honesty, from the very beginning, is always the best policy. Open communication, vulnerability, and a willingness to address issues head-on can prevent misunderstandings, suspicions, and the temptation to resort to tests of loyalty. At the end of the day, relationships thrive on a foundation of trust and honesty. When we prioritize these values, when we communicate openly and act with integrity, we create bonds that are unbreakable, relationships that can weather any storm.